Martin alone and let him live his life. They talking about he looked like a hot dog ready to pop because he looked like he was about to have a stroke on the last Bad Boys movie. Thank God he didn't because I couldn't find another comedian while y'all talking about him so bad. Yo-Yo came out. I wish she had bounced back to wherever she came from. She saying that Martin went off on the set while dressed up as Sheneneh, full makeup, basketballs in the back of his shorts, melons in his bra. He snapped. He was having a bad day. People never consider when you the one bringing all the talent and everybody else sitting around waiting for their paycheck. It had to be hell being on the Martin Lawrence show. Now people talking about him again. They saying it was drugs. If you ask me, I think it was stress. And we all go through stress from time to time. But what are we to do? You ain't never been as famous as Martin. He was running into the street, yelling and screaming at cars. It gotta be crazy out there in Hollywood. But nobody know his story except for him. That's why we're about to get into it on today's show. Y'all listening? Okay, let's do this. Come on.
Done with it. When he had his meltdown, he was just like, you know what? I'm done. He was like, he had them Sheneneh nails on. Sheneneh nails on. And we didn't, in LA, we didn't call those things fanny packs. I don't know what we call them, but it's like, where is her fanny pack? He had the nails on, dressed in Sheneneh. He had the Sheneneh braids on, the lipstick. He had the stockings with the overalls. He had the fake breasts on it. He was standing there, he was like, don't nobody know where Sheneneh fanny pack is. And I'm thinking he's just joking.
Hold on, y'all. He was playing. Martin was flaming. He went off with the Sheneneh shit on. With the fanny pack on tight. He snapped on Yo-Yo. I'm surprised they ain't put him in jail for that. That's sick. I thought he didn't mind putting on the costume. I thought it was his idea. I didn't know he was tempered. The fanny pack wasn't right. He couldn't find it. He needed it in order to hide his junk. Zipper wouldn't zip all the way up in the front. Got his manhood out if he ain't had that fanny pack. Oh, man. It couldn't have been that bad. They should have let him take breaks. Do a season every other year. That would drive anybody insane. Y'all got to look at this. Oh, my God, man.
I'm done. He was like, he had them Sheneneh nails on. Sheneneh nails on. And we didn't, in LA, we didn't call those things fanny packs. I don't know what we call them, but it's like, where is her fanny pack? He had the nails on, dressed in Sheneneh. He had the Sheneneh braids on, the lipstick. He had the stockings with the overalls. He had the fake breasts on it. He was dead.
Look at her hands, y'all. Look at her hands.
And he was like, don't nobody know where Sheneneh fanny pack is. And I'm thinking he's just joking. Over there cracking up, over there dying.
Oh, man. This is no laughing matter, man. Martin went off on that lady. He clean snapped on the set of the show. They thought he was playing, but he was dead serious, man. Hold on, man. What's good? We having all types of technical. Fire the DJ, man. What's happening over here, man? Cut that shit off. Reggie. Bruh. I'm about to slap the hell out of this bastard. Okay, let's get back into this. Look.
Laughing. He like, don't know, and everybody moving around looking. He's like, don't nobody know where Sheneneh fanny pack is. And I'm dying laughing. He was dead serious. He threw his script up in the air and walked off the set. I was like, oh, wait. It's still one of the funniest moments I ever seen.
That is insane. They didn't even know that he was in his feelings. Imagine everyone expecting you to be a clown. So when you do get serious and when you are trying to have a heartfelt moment, they can't take you seriously. Everywhere you go, People laughing like funny because you came into the building. You had the cash register. Now the person want to crack jokes and laugh and smile. And there's nothing wrong with people laughing and smiling, but too much of anything is not good for anybody. He turned into the Joker after a while. His life was insane. Y'all gotta look at this, man.
Mine, thank you. Hey, Tommy. We just trying to say we got us a man, that's all.
That's sad, man. That is terrible. The tears of a the tears of a clown, y'all. That's all it is. Tears of a clown. And I'm over here heartbroken that Martin had to go through the stuff that he went through. You had comedians talking about it, radio personalities talking about this man's situation. And it got so bad they did a whole documentary. Look at this, y'all.
Success and celebrity have nothing to do with the kind of demons that can take over anybody.
Like me or love me. Everything is good though, dawg. Martin Lawrence! Martin Lawrence! Martin, what's up, man?
This is a very funny comedian who's kind of hit the jackpot.
He's had some ups and downs in his personal life.
Are you all right?
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me get this together for y'all. Hold up.
All right.
Los Angeles, 1996, the city of dreams, but also a city still licking its wounds from the riots years prior. The air thick with unresolved tension. And in the relatively quiet suburb of Sherman Oaks, Martin Lawrence was reportedly frantic, yelling at oncoming cars. Onlookers watched as he ran into traffic, reportedly screaming, "They're trying to kill me." The police would arrive soon, and when they did, the story would explode. This is the kind of moment that people remember. The kind of moment where everything changes. This would be great material.
You so crazy.
Let's bring on Martin Lawrence.
This was his moment. He'd earned it. He had performed in Washington Square Park, sharing the spotlight with street dancers and jugglers. He'd played in small clubs in D.C. He had survived the unimpressed gazes, the murmured conversations over his jokes.
Hold on, wait a minute. Look at the crowds he was performing at. This is a long way from Def Comedy Jam. So he had to get in there somehow, some way. I'm pretty sure that one of those people approached him after the show and put him on game and said, "Hey, if you really want to break into this industry, you got to go this route. And we'll show you how to do it." And that's probably why they go to these crowds. This is like the NBA draft. They auditioning looking for a sponsor because he ain't had shit going on before he started performing in front of them crowds. It could have been a couple that reached out and said, "Hey, Martin, we believe in you. We got faith in your content. We're the owners of Blase Blah Company. But in order to get in, you got to..." There's no telling what doors he had to go through, even to break into the industry. And they put you along with people of your likeness that's already within the program. And y'all get together and y'all make cakes or whatever the case is. And they had distributed and put it out there. So, man, this is interesting, man. Hearing that he went off like that on the set of the show, it had me thinking, well, what was bent up? What was pent up in him to where even though he had on all his costume, he completely snapped out of character. Enough was enough. And he went off. And she said he threw his script in the air. Like he lost his mind. He couldn't take it now. One more second. He had to get out of there or else he was going to go crazy. It was some things that he had to endure in order to get to where he was at, to where he had to be frustrated with himself. Listen.
I was when he just was done with it, when he had his meltdown. He was just like, you know what? I'm done. He was like, he had them Sheneneh nails on. I mean, yeah, Sheneneh nails on. And we didn't, in LA, we didn't call those things fanny packs. I don't know what we call them, but it's like, where is her fanny pack? He had the nails on, dressed in Sheneneh. He had the Sheneneh braids on, the lipstick. He had the stockings with the overalls. He had the fake breasts on it. He was standing there. He was like, "Don't nobody know where Sheneneh fanny pack is," and I'm thinking he's just joking.
Oh man, that is beyond terrible, y'all. That's terrible, terrible. I feel his pain. And he's still living. He got a story to tell. They need to tell his story like they did the Malcolm X story, from beginning to ending. Take him through the Kid and Play days, the Def Jam days, to the Martin days, to the he was making his movies with Bobby Brown, all them days. Take it to where he played in the movie Life with Eddie Murphy, and at the end of the movie, have him as an old man, big and plumpy, with a hot dog in his hand. That's what we need to see. We need to hear him tell his story. Matter of fact, I need to see if he got an autobiography because I would love to read it. Let me see. Because if he do, then I spell Martin Lawrence is a giraffe. I need to work on my shit better, man. I'm looking for the autobiography. Look, the biography of Martin Lawrence, from comedy icon to Hollywood legend, a journey. Look at the book cover. They ain't even put him on the cover. This probably 2 pages. I don't think I want to buy that one. They gonna have to put some more work into that. But yeah, have you ever been in costume and went off on somebody and you was dead ass serious? Have you ever been in a costume? That's what I want to ask the listeners out there. Regardless of what type of costume, it could have been a Halloween costume in your adult life. Did you get into character while you was dressed up? And did you ever snap while you was in your Halloween costume? Can you imagine being dressed up as a Twinkie and somebody step on your shoe and you gotta get gangster with the Twinkie suit on? Like when Diddy was the Joker and that dude was calling him all types of names, and Diddy, he snapped out of it and called the dude a clown and forgot he had on the Joker makeup or whatever the case. Stuff happens. You probably ain't got no business in costume anyway, but for Martin Lawrence, man, it had to be rough. The tears of a clown, y'all. I'm just saying. They gonna paint him in Japanese just like that and put him in the anime looking just like that, man. For the rest of his life, he gotta live with this stuff. But I ain't mad at that part. Okay, let's get back into this.
And the pressure to prove he was worth listening to. All of that led to this.
Hold on, run that back.
He'd played in small clubs in D.C. He had survived the unimpressed gazes, the murmured conversations over his jokes, and the pressure to prove he was worth listening to. All of that led to this, and he was ready.
There's not nothing in the world she wouldn't do for me. So I guess we'll go through life not doing a thing for each other.
Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute now. I ain't trying to be funny or nothing. Y'all see his wrist. I ain't trying to be funny or nothing. But here's the thing, right? When you get into them circles and you trying to make friends and matter of fact, I ain't even gonna say nothing about it. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about to make it make sense. Look. Because Cat Williams called these dudes out plenty of times. Look.
what's funny, I want this message to all you hating ass bitches out here. Yeah, quick, we about to shut them down. I ain't gotta be prom queen because I got my own crown, bitch. Here we go, get it in. Here we go, get it in. Here we go, get it in.
That's your boy Lil Rel. And you know, he doing big things. And it's all good. This could go either one, two, three, or four, or five, or six different ways, right? The comedy factor. You know, what's funny and what's not funny, especially back then. You know, and I ain't gonna lie. When this came on, when it was on TV, it was extremely funny. And nobody was thinking anything weird. So it was just some different times back then. You know, I don't want to try to expose nobody or put nobody on blast, because if you want to have a realistic conversation about this, they are comedians at the end of the day. And how far would you go to get somebody to laugh? Especially in times where people struggling. Why would they come to your show and laugh at you when ain't a damn thing funny in their personal life? Unless you went all the way outside of the box to make somebody laugh. And if it wasn't funny, they wouldn't have kept doing it. And all of them did it. Eddie Murphy did it over and over and over and never failed to get a laugh. But that's Negro. I'm trying to take it out of the context of where people try to take it. But psychologically for him, in his mind at the time, when you do something over and over and over again, it might drive you a little insane, because they're saying that's what happened to him. Not to mention the allegations that was going on during the time he was on the show. I'm pretty sure Yo-Yo not the only person he went off on.
So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, "They are trying to kill me"?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hollyweird, Dave Chappelle. Holy freaking weird. And I know for a fact that you know a thing or two about what really happens on those corridors to people like Martin Lawrence.
I mean, you see it before. Look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Well, Hollywood does have a long record of making people look crazy. And when I talk about Martin going cray-cray, he did actually do some pretty outrageous things. For instance, there was that incident with his ex-wife, Patricia Southall. A lot of the information about...
I thought that was Tisha Campbell. That was his ex-wife? I can't believe... He didn't know if he was at work, if he was at home. His life was upside down, insane, man. I don't know what drove Martin crazy, but y'all gonna have to let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Y'all heard what Coco said. Yo-Yo said. Look at this.
Over there cracking up, over there dying, laughing. He's like, don't know, and everybody moving around looking. He's like, don't nobody know what Sheneneh Fatty back is.
Hey, it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Yo, I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. I need to